when can fear go too far? Fear can go too far when it stops you from even trying things. Maybe fear says, hey, we probably shouldn't blow all of our money on this business because we don't know if it'll work. That's fear being helpful. But fear going too far is when fear says, you know what? There's a chance of failing. Let's not even try because that chance of failing is so scary. And especially if you're just thinking, well, what if people see me fail? That's embarrassing. The fear of judgment of other people is a silly fear. And it makes sense why it's so wired into our brains, because if you go back into ancient times, you need to get along with the tribe. You need to fit in with the tribe. And if you don't fit in, you're probably not going to survive. So we've got these brains that are wired this way, but we're not living in those times anymore. It's okay for people to reject you. It's okay for people to think, oh my gosh, look at that poor sap. Look at that loser. That's all fine. A lot of people don't want to hear that that's fine. And even saying that, they might be off-put. How can you be okay with that? How can you be okay with people thinking, oh, you're a loser? Well, I'll pose the opposite question. Why should you care at all if that's what people are thinking? Genuinely, why should you care at all? Give me a good reason why you should care what people are thinking about you. Sure, you could say, well, you know, my loved ones, I need my loved ones' respect and love. And I say, if they're really your loved ones, then there's no issue here, because I think they're going to respect and love you even if you fail. And if they don't, then are they really that... Maybe you should find some better loved ones. But that's not going to happen, because I know that they're your loved ones and they're going to love you no matter what. That's the deal. Our true friends and loved ones are going to be there for us and love us even if we fail, right? You know that, and I know that. So they're no longer in the question. So then whose opinion are we worried about? If it's not friends and loved ones, who does that leave? Maybe anywhere from, acquaintances to strangers, right? And why do their opinions matter? They don't. That's the thing. If they're not very involved in your life, it doesn't matter. If strangers or acquaintances find out that you failed at something, here's what's going to happen. They're going to find out. Maybe they'll think, that poor sap or that loser, what's he doing with his life? And they're going to think that for about a total of 5, maybe 10 seconds. Not even 10. They're going to think that for 5 seconds. And then they're going to move on with their lives. Oh no! Because the truth is, you are not on everybody's brain. Not at all. And I'll go a step further. Even your loved ones aren't thinking about you and whether you succeed or fail nearly as much as you are. They do love you. They really do love you. But they are thinking about you so much less than you are thinking about yourself. It's the way humans are. We have to be occupied with what's going on with ourselves in order to take care of ourselves. So we don't have all this mental space to constantly be thinking about what's going on with others. So that should make you feel free. Yo, how did we do that? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like there's all these fears, and when you break, I'm talking specifically about the fear of, what others will think of you, but when you break them down, none of them make any sense. Okay, so I got a little sidetracked, but point A was that friends and family will love you even if you fail, and the opinions of strangers really don't affect you in any way. Point B was that you say, well, I'm still upset because I don't like the thought of anyone thinking about me, as like a loser or as someone who failed. If they are thinking of you that way, they're thinking of you that way for 5 seconds out of their day. If somehow you pop into their brain, and then they're like, back to me, what's going on with me? I've got my own worries and struggles. Nobody, even the very close friends and loved ones, are thinking about you that much. Nobody is thinking about you that much. And we're all thinking oh my gosh, I'm so concerned with what everybody will think of me. Nobody's thinking of you, because everybody is thinking, what's everyone else going to think of me? It's the most ironic thing ever. And not only that, if you heard someone complain to you, I don't want you to think of me as a loser or a failure, you'd say, first of all, I don't think of you that way. But then B, you'd think that's such a weird thing for them to say, because regardless of what I really think about them, I barely think about them. Whether I think they're the coolest person ever or a failure, I barely think about them. And maybe that, I hope, I'm not trying to be depressing. I'm not trying to say no one cares about you. That's not it at all. People absolutely do care about you. I'm just saying that everybody only has so much mental space, and most every human just instinctively spends a lot, if not the vast majority of that mental space, thinking about themselves and what they need to be doing. That was a really bad one, but it was enough. So anyways, wow, I just set a new record for myself. That's kind of cool. All right, so I hope this was helpful. We journaled over it. Peace out.